this year, and it's obviously like it's good to bring in like the freshmen and the transfers and kind of just show them what Wisconsin football is really all about. And I think that's one of the greatest things about Platteville is like, you know, you get the guys that have been there for a little bit, they get to show all the newcomers, you know, especially with the transfer portal, a lot more than what it used to be. So you get to show all the newcomers what this program's about and kind of how we rep things.
You bring in game consoles, and you play the new college football game, and you know, is that a little surreal seeing, you know, yourself and not satisfied with the rating?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure everybody wants a better rating. I know 99's in the game, so I'm sure everybody wants to be there. But I played a little bit. I haven't had much time. I had an internship over the summer, so I was pretty jam-packed. But I played a little bit, and it's really cool just to like, you know, have people come up to me like, you know, I played as you in the game. You know, like that's kind of sweet. You know, something that, you know, hasn't happened in a long time. Like a bunch of my roommates from last year, like they all graduated. They're like, you're so lucky. Like, you know, you made the cut. You got an extra year. You know, because they're all mad that they were in the game. So it's definitely a surreal feeling. Like, you know, I'll be able to tell my kids, you know, 50 years from now, like, oh, you see this video game? Like, that's your pops, you know, playing in it. So you know, that's a really cool feeling for sure.
You know, the talk of this offense is, you know, who's the quarterback? Is it going to be Braden? Is it going to be Tyler? What have you seen from both of those guys? Longo was like, it's a battle, it's close. You know, he's excited because that just makes everybody better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it truly has been a battle, and I think they'll continue to battle it out through fall camp, and I think that's the best, right? You want the best quarterback out there, and the best way to create a better player is through competition. So I think, you know, if they continue to duke it out, we'll only get the best product on our first Saturday game against, you know, Western Michigan. So I'm excited for that. And, you know, I think they're both very capable quarterbacks. Obviously, you know, Tyler's played a lot at Miami, and Braden played great when he had to step in for Tanner. So, I mean, I'm very interested to see who wins it. You know, I expect great play out of both of them, whoever gets the job. So I'm excited.
Of course, last year there was a ton of change. Going into this year, does it feel like you're just on like more solid ground, and you know everybody better, you know the system better, and how does that maybe help the team this year?
Yeah, it definitely feels like we're on much better footing. It just feels like last year, like, you know, me and Roosh were obviously the older ones in the group, and, you know, it felt like we were just as lost as Tuck and JT and all the freshmen and stuff, and it was just like, it was tough because we didn't truly have anybody to kind of look to for answers, right? Like, you know, even at times, like, you know, even the coaches, like, you know, just little stuff, but even the coaches, like, weren't always on the same page, just, you know, coming from different schemes and different offenses. So I feel like this year we have, you know, I feel personally like, you know, if a freshman's asking me a question, like if Tuck's asking me a question, JT's asking me a question, like, I feel confident in answering them and you know, kind of understanding not only the question itself, but also like how that fits into our offense, and I can explain the concept as a whole, which I think is going to be huge. You know, we're trying to run a fast-paced offense. Everybody's got to know, you know, what they're doing and how to do it, and they got to be able to do that quickly. And I think that's one thing that may have gotten in our way a little bit last year. Yeah, we knew what we were doing, but maybe the reasoning behind it wasn't always as clear to us. You know, the full concept, the bigger picture wasn't always as known just because it was a newer offense to all of us. So I think that'll help us out a lot this year.
Is there any significance behind the hat, or is that just?
I was just, you know, Green Bay fan. You know, Joy Love just signed a new contract. I'm excited. You know, let all the Bears fans over here know that, you know, we're still around. You know, we got 4 years of greatness. You know?
Absolutely. What do you think about Love? How cool is that they locked him up and made him obviously the most highest paid player in the NFL?
That's sweet. I'm excited. I'm like, you know, obviously, same as every Packers fan, we drafted him. I'm like, what are we doing? You know, but after last year, like, seeing him prove himself, seeing him play against the Cowboys, I mean, that was one of my friends, CJ Williams. He's a real big Cowboys fan, but so seeing Jordan Love just tear them up, it brought a lot of excitement. You know, you got hope that, you know, you get another 4 years of a great quarterback. You know, it's just going to continue that tradition in Green Bay. So I'm excited. I'm excited for sure.
Thank you.
You've moved around a little bit position-wise. How much more comfortable are you in year 2 of playing tight end this fall?
A lot more comfortable, obviously. This is going to be the longest I've been at a position so far. So I feel I feel like it was an easier transition going from fullback to tight end. I played a little bit of tight end previously just to help out. Obviously, fullback is a pretty similar role, so that was a pretty easy transition. So it's almost like I've been playing it for 2.5 years, which is really nice. And during that time, it's just been a growing. Obviously, there's been growing pains. I got hurt a little bit last year, and I think that really took away from just a little bit of my confidence playing as a tight end. But then after this year, like that, now I'm coming back healthy. Like, I think it's really helped me out. Like just being able to trust myself, right, and being able to prove to myself, like, hey, I can do this. I am comfortable in this role, and I feel like I can excel.
You talked about being an elder statesman. This is a very young room, so how much more does that put on, not necessarily put on your shoulders, but to be that leader in the room for a very young group? How do you go about that?
I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm the dad of the room. You know what I mean? Like I got, like somebody's missing weight or something. Like I got to go yell at them or something. Keep them in line. So it's been kind of funny, because I remember when I was a young cat. I said I had no clue and I was super lost, but I was at least in an older room, so I had a lot of guys to go to. But now it's just like, if anybody has a question, like I'm getting a text at like 11 p.m. because they're trying to like fill out some note sheet and they don't know the answer. And I'm like sitting there in bed, trying to go to sleep. So I think it's obviously a little bit more responsibility. It requires some attentiveness, but I've been enjoying it a lot. It's a great group of guys. For the most part, they're fairly responsible. They get the job done. They ask a lot of good questions. So I'm definitely excited to be with them. Excited to be able to hopefully be their leader and kind of help them out.
So making weight goals, like have you had to do that? Is it being too heavy? Is it being too light? Is it yes? Yes.
Generally, it's just too light. Guys coming in like younger guys, they just haven't been in the program that long, so they got to kind of figure that stuff out. Kind of realize like, hey, this isn't high school football anymore. You got to be a little bit heavier, especially in the Big Ten. It's a little bit more physical of a conference. So generally just being too light. But it's like tell JT like I don't worry about those guys. It's mostly just the younger guys that haven't been here. Just kind of bulk them up and bring them to college level.
I saw you